Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Cyrus recently met his end on General Hospital. His actor, Jeff Kober, recently opened up about what it was like playing such a character. In addition, Kober opened up about working with his co-stars and even shared a final message for fans. Kober is known for a variety of television roles. He's appeared in shows like China Beach, Sons of Anarchy, The Walking Dead, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Walker, Texas Ranger. In 2020, Kober joined the cast of General Hospital as the murderous Cyrus Renault. He's played the role off and on throughout the years. As noted by Soap Opera Digest, Kober will be leaving the role of Cyrus following the character's death. The actor himself spoke with the publication about appearing in the soap, especially Cyrus' eventual exit. Right off the bat, Kober was asked about what it was like leaving the soap. As he admitted, it took some time to process it. You know what? I'm just now starting to process it because I shot 5 episodes on January 15th and on January 16th. However, Kober made clear he will miss it. I miss going to work, I miss the people, I miss the process. I got to tell you, I love acting on a soap. It's so dangerous for an actor to let go and let the scene happen, and General Hospital gave me an opportunity to practice that letting go, day after day after day, and I relished that, and I will miss that. Kober also admitted it was something of a shock when he learned Cyrus was a killer. As he noted, it was definitely a leap. The thing about soap opera writing and acting is, it's always open to interpretation. As an actor, you kind of have to be ready, willing and able to jump in a particular direction. In particular, Kober also talked about his character having to kill Dex. He noted the timing, around the holidays, made things interesting. Kober noted, in that case, I felt the character could use some killing. I didn't mind that. And we had fun. Yeah, I didn't mind killing him. That was different too, because it was like, wait a minute, he's knifing this guy. What? And not only that, he's doing it at Christmas. It was a confusing set of circumstances, but fun to play. Rebecca Herbst's character, Elizabeth, tried to prove that Cyrus was a killer. Kober also touched on what it was like working on scenes with her. As he noted, it was my first time working with her, and she was so professional and prepared and strong. We really got to do the dance together, and she takes great direction. Kober also touched on his final scenes, in which he worked with Eden McCoy as Jocelyn. He noted, Eden was just a joy. We had fun, and I have to say, I haven't seen it, but from being in it. I've died many times in many different storylines, and I think this is perhaps one of my best deaths. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I do feel like it was a good death. As an actor, I would have liked to have maybe a bit more of an arc about what the character was going through emotionally and personally, and it wasn't that. It was like Cyrus was doing something bad, and he has to be stopped. Finally, Kober was asked if there was a final message he'd like to leave General Hospital fans. As he shared, I would like to thank the audience for working through their initial hatred of Cyrus. Of course, this is just from social media. That's all I can go on. To embracing him as a valid character and a good place to put their anger and judgment and hatred. I really do appreciate the fans' appreciation of me and of the character and of the stories we were able to tell. There's nothing like the GH audience. They're so solid and delightful in all my experiences with them. The world of General Hospital is no stranger to high stakes, jaw-dropping moments, and the death of major characters. But the recent death of Cyrus Renault struck a chord with fans and actors alike. Jeff Kober, the talented actor behind the notorious villain, has never shied away from the complexity and depth of his portrayal of Cyrus. In fact, Kober's reflections on his character's demise reveal far more than a simple goodbye to an iconic role. It's a testament to the transformative power of soap operas, the intricate layers of villainy, and Koba's personal connection to the journey he's had with General Hospital. Cyrus Renault, the ruthless drug kingpin, has been one of General Hospital's most intense and polarizing characters in recent years. Portrayed by Jeff Kober, Cyrus quickly became a formidable antagonist, leaving an indelible mark on the residents of Port Charles, and the viewers who tuned in to watch his Charles ignited a series of dangerous events that would alter the course of many lives. From his power struggles with Sonny Corinthos and other influential figures to his manipulation of his own family, Cyrus was a character whose presence was always felt, and often feared. But, as with all soap opera villains, his reign eventually came to an end, leaving fans to grapple with the emotional fallout of his death. For Jeff Kober, the journey of portraying such a complex, multifaceted villain was both a rewarding and challenging experience. As an actor, Kober has had a diverse career, playing a wide range of roles in television and film. But Cyrus Renault represented a unique opportunity for him to explore the darker, more sinister side of humanity. The character was one of General Hospital's most compelling villains in recent memory, and Kober's portrayal brought a level of gravitas and nuance that made Cyrus more than just a one-dimensional bad guy. He was a character full of contradictions, both calculating and deeply human, capable of both violence and vulnerability. Kober's portrayal of Cyrus was a masterclass in villainy, and fans quickly became captivated by the character's complex nature. Cyrus was not merely an antagonist for the sake of creating conflict. He was a man driven by a sense of power, loyalty, and ultimately, a deep-seated desire to control those around him. His actions were often brutal and merciless, but beneath the surface, there was a sadness, a sense of abandonment, and a complicated family history that made him more relatable than many fans initially realized. It's this complexity that made Cyrus such a compelling character, and Kober's ability to embody these layers is what made his performance stand out. When it was announced that Cyrus Renault would meet his end on General Hospital, it was a bittersweet moment for both the character and the actor. For fans, it marked the end of an era. For Kober, it meant saying goodbye to a character that had become a significant part of his career. The actor spoke openly about his emotions surrounding Cyrus's death, reflecting on the impact the role had on him personally and professionally. In interviews, Kober revealed that portraying Cyrus had been an incredibly fulfilling experience, one that challenged him as an actor and allowed him to explore the depths of a character who was both terrifying and sympathetic. "I've always believed that the best villains are the ones you can understand," Kober said in a candid interview shortly after the announcement of Cyrus's death. Cyrus was a man who was driven by his circumstances, and in a way, he never had a chance. He was a product of his upbringing, of his environment. I think that's what made him so interesting to play. He was a villain, but he was also a human being, and that made him real. Kober's reflection on the complexity of his character shows just how deeply he connected with Cyrus's journey. As an actor, he found himself drawn to the contradictions within the character. Cyrus was a man who could be cruel and calculating, yet he was also a man who cared deeply for his family, especially his brother, Martin, and his mother. His actions were often fueled by a desire to protect those he loved, even if those actions were morally questionable. Kober's ability to show this duality is part of what made Cyrus such a compelling figure on General Hospital. When it comes to the death of a character like Cyrus, there are many factors at play. For the actor, there is often a sense of finality and closure, but there is also a deep sense of loss. Kober spoke about how difficult it was to say goodbye to a character who had become such a central part of his life. "It's always tough to let go of a role you've invested so much of yourself into," Kober explained. "Cyrus became a part of me, and it was a unique experience to play someone who was so dark and yet so multi-dimensional. I'll miss the character, but I'm proud of the work I did." For fans of General Hospital, the death of Cyrus Renault represents the end of a chapter in the show's long and storied history. The character had been a major antagonist for a number of years, and his presence on the canvas was one that kept viewers on the edge of their seats. The stakes were always high when Cyrus was involved, and his manipulations, schemes, and eventual fall from power created a compelling narrative that drew fans in week after week. However, just as with many other soap opera villains, Cyrus's demise became an inevitable part of his storyline. His death, while tragic, was also a moment of catharsis for many viewers, as it represented the end of his reign of terror over Port Charles. The question that now lingers in the air is how Cyrus's death will affect the remaining characters, particularly those who were most closely involved. Undoubtedly have far-reaching consequences for those who were closest to him, and the ripple effects will be felt throughout the entire town. Characters like Sonny Corinthos, who had a long-standing rivalry with Cyrus, will undoubtedly feel the weight of his death. The aftermath of Cyrus's passing will also affect his family members, particularly his brother Martin, who has been deeply conflicted about his siblings' actions throughout the course of the storyline. The emotional impact of Cyrus's death extends beyond the characters themselves. Koba's portrayal of the character resonated with fans, and his departure from the show will leave a significant void. Many fans had come to appreciate Koba's performance, and his nuanced portrayal of Cyrus made him one of the most memorable villains in recent soap opera history. While his time on the show may have come to an end, the legacy of Cyrus Renault will live on in the hearts and minds of General Hospital fans for years to come. As for Jeff Kober, his feelings about the death of Cyrus are mixed. On one hand, he is proud of the work he did and grateful for the opportunity to play such a complex character. On the other hand, he acknowledges that saying goodbye to Cyrus was a difficult and emotional experience. "It's always hard to let go of a character that you put so much into," Kober reflected. "But I'm also excited about what's next. I've been lucky enough to have a long career, and I'm always looking forward to new challenges and new roles." For now, fans can take comfort in the fact that Cyrus Renault's death will not be the last time they see Jeff Kober's incredible talents on screen. As with many soap opera actors, the door is always open for a return, and Kober's fans will surely be hoping that one day, the actor may return to Port Charles in some capacity. However, for now, the character of Cyrus has been written out, and the show will continue to move forward, dealing with the aftermath of his death and exploring the consequences for the residents of Port Charles. Kober's farewell to the character is bittersweet, but his reflections on his time as Cyrus Renault show the depth of his connection to the role. He leaves behind a legacy as one of General Hospital's most memorable villains, and while his character may have been taken out, the impact of his performance will continue to be felt in the fabric of the show for years to come. The journey of Jeff Kober and Cyrus Renault may have come to an end, but for fans, the memories of this complex character and his portrayal will live on long after the final scene. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updated news.